Yeah, I wanted to ask you, I mean, you talked about the defense, obviously, seeing all this new stuff. Is it different? I mean, I assume it's different for you guys preparing against this 3-4. Is there any drawbacks to that? Because you're not going to see a 3-4 probably that often, if really hardly at all during the season, as sort of a base defense for most of the teams you're going to play. Although at the same time, most of you have a good bit of experience going against the 4-3 in practice before. I mean, is it sort of a benefit, or is it maybe a little bit of a drawback that you're not seeing in practice the defense that you're going to be going against on game days? See what I'm saying?
Well, during the season, I mean, week to week, it's an adjustment because, you know, nobody's defense is exactly the same. Everybody has different adjustments. Everybody has a guy who gets carried, you know, with this leverage or that leverage. So, I mean, nobody week in and week out is going to be, you know, identical to one another. And I think that's something that we have to get used to. I mean, every time coming into spring or into the fall, you know, we go against our base defense for those first couple of weeks, and then, you know, they introduce our week one defense. And, you know, from then on, everything's getting changed every week. So I think that we're used to, you know, adjusting on the run and new defenses every week. You know, you have to game plan a little different, but is it going to put us at a disadvantage? I don't believe so. You know, Alabama did it every weekday and, you know, week in and week out against their defense. And, you know, they won a national title, so I don't think that by any means it's going to be too much of a setback to overcome.
I know a lot of people have kind of talked about, well, there's not really necessarily that much depth at receiver this year because some of the numbers, obviously the numbers are, you know, maybe a little too much depth at tight end, and maybe that can balance out. Is that accurate, or is there enough of sort of a difference in the way the tight ends are used and the receivers are used that there's not really maybe necessarily that much crossover?
You know, I think that there's a number of our tight ends. They could play, you know, a number of different receiver positions. You know, I feel like, you know, our strengths lie all over the place as far as the versatility of the tight ends. And I feel like we have a veteran group of receivers, you know, who are out there who've done it before and can play, you know, multiple positions, you know, where we might be a little low on numbers. You know, we have guys that can move all around. So when one guy gets tired, you know, we can bring this guy in, and we can move this guy here and things like that. And we just have I feel like, you know, such a veteran group of guys who just knows this offense so well that, you know, we have the ability to move some guys around so that it can kind of overcome, you know, this numbers disparity that we have.
Describe your relationship between all the other quarterbacks.
I feel like it's great. We all get along. You know, we all joke around and, you know, have a good time on the field and in meetings. You know, we all live together, work out together in the weight room. We hang out off the field some. I hang out with Zach all the time, and I think Aron has a girlfriend, so I don't know. He's tied up as much. I should give him a hard time. But yeah, we all get along really well, and I think that, you know, you could tell just by watching practice that anytime someone makes a good throw, you know, everybody's telling them good job and stuff. And even though, you know, everybody obviously wants to win the job, you know, we're all on the same team. So.
Are you surprised at the reaction people give when Coach Rick talks about you returning punts? It seems like that's like, I don't know, people seem against Logan returning punts for some reason.
Oh, I mean, honestly, I haven't paid too much attention to it. I kind of like cut myself off from like listening to media or anything like that. But I knew last year, you know, some people were just like, man, I don't know, why is he back there in safe situations and stuff? And I mean, I was just trying to do what the coaches asked me to do, and if there's not going to be a return, you know, I think they would want the best guy, or the guy that's going to make the best decision and, you know, catch the ball, so we can either, you know, let it go in the end zone or take it on part of the 10 or 15-yard line or something and play ball. But I'm just trying to help the team out in really any way I can, and, you know, I kind of got into that my redshirt freshman year, and it just kind of stuck. But if we have another guy that is doing a great job or willing to do it, you know, that's fine with me. I'm just, you know, whatever happens. I've been kind of punt since I don't even know, last fall or something. So it's been a little while.
Is it something you'd want to do even if you know, were higher up on the depth chart, 1 or 2 on the depth chart?
Well, if I was starting at quarterback and they still wanted me to do it, I guess I would. But I doubt that would probably happen. But if not, then, you know, I'll continue to do it, and maybe they'll give me a chance to return a few too. So we'll see.